বিদ্যাৰ্থীৰ অনুষ্ঠান। মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীসকল, তোমালোকক প্ৰীতি আৰু শুভেচ্ছা জনাই আজিৰ অনুষ্ঠান মুকলি কৰিছোঁ। আজি 10ম শ্ৰেণীৰ ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীসকলৰ বাবে ইংৰাজী বিষয়ৰ পাঠ আছে। ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীসকল, তোমালোকৰ ইংৰাজী পাঠ্যপুথিৰ গ্লিমছেছ অৱ ইণ্ডিয়া এই পাঠৰ আজি প্ৰশ্নোত্তৰ আলোচনা কৰিবলৈ লোৱা হৈছে। তোমালোকৰ বাবে পাঠ যুগুতাই আগবঢ়াইছে দীপালী চাংকাকতীয়ে। তোমালোকে শুনাচোন।
Today, we will discuss certain probable questions for HSLC designed in a manner so that it encompasses the salient points of the lesson, Glimpses of India. So even if you get short questions or long questions, if you read the question properly and the answers, you will be able to attempt all the questions. Now, India has the oldest civilization and an extremely rich socio-cultural heritage, thereby exposing us to a variety of vibrant social, cultural, economic fabric unique to each state of India. This is reflected vividly in their language, costumes, folklore, food, culture, rituals, etc. For example, when we speak about West Bengal, we are reminded of the Bengal tiger. Or if it is Rajasthan, we are exposed to the classical dances, music, cuisine, and above all, the imposing palaces of the regal pink city. However, in this lesson, we have confined ourselves to only 3 regions, highlighting certain dominant features which sets it apart from the other states with their own distinctive traits, that is the culture, the tradition, etc. In the Glimpses of India, we will concentrate upon Goan culture of Goa, the famous Assam tea of Assam, and the coffee of the scenic Coorg district of Karnataka. The first part extols the baker from Goa, popularly known as the Pada, and remembered nostalgically by our elders. Now, let us turn to the question and the answers. Question number 1. Can you name and describe a region with Portuguese influence? Goa has deep-rooted Portuguese influence, which has impacted the history of India. Today, it is an important tourist destination which still retains and preserves its age-old traditional values and profession. Coming to the next question. Why do elders remember Goa nostalgically? The senior generation reminisce about Goa nostalgically mainly because they have tasted the famous Goan loaves prepared by the Pada, who greeted everybody every morning with the jang-jang sound of his traditional bamboo when he came to deliver the loaves. The third question. Pada was indispensable for the Portuguese people in the village. Explain with reference to the context. The Pada's role in the life of the Portuguese was indispensable, as his loaves were mandatory or compulsory for every occasion. That is, for marriages, engagements, parties, Christmas, or any other festivities. For example, the most cherished and delicious bread was called bole, and that was needed for marriages and parties. For engagements, breads were used to prepare sandwiches. For Christmas and other festivities, cookies and bolinhas formed an inevitable part of the menu. Coming to the third question, give a description of the Pada. The answer: a Pada was slightly plump in build and a happy-go-lucky person who was dressed in a peculiar attire called kabai, which was a single piece of frock stretching down to the knees. Earlier, they wore a shirt and a pant which reached below the knees. Now we have come to the end of the first part. We proceed to the next. The next region is Coorg, which is the smallest but the most picturesque district of Karnataka. Coorg abounds in the best coffee plantations, rainforests, and spices. It is inhabited by a martial race, beautiful women, and various species of animals, birds, insects, etc. Now, let us start the question-answer session on Coorg. Question number 1. Where is Coorg? Why is it believed to have drifted in from the kingdom of God? Coorg or Kadugo is the smallest district of Karnataka, reputed for its exceptional scenic beauty, cool weather. Its inhabitants consist of proud martial race, good-looking women, folk, and animals. Coorg is located between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore, known for its evergreen rainforests, spices, and coffee plantation. Coorg is an aesthetic and serene region with a handsome martial residence, beautiful ladies, rich natural resources, and thus it is rightly acclaimed to be a realm which has drifted in from the kingdom of God. The second question: which are the stories associated with the descent of the people of Coorg? It is assumed that the freely independent people of Coorg traced down their descent to Greek or Arabic origin. There is a story which asserts that a part of Alexander's army stayed back and moved southwards and settled along the coast. Thereafter, they married with the local inhabitants, and thus emerged a martial race with martial traditions, marriages, rituals, and religious rites. Coming to the third question, name the animals and birds found in Coorg. The Kaveri River abounds in Mahasir, a large river fish. Kingfishers flit in and out for their prey. The squirrels and langurs drop half-eaten fruits into the Kaveri River, while our jumbo friends, the elephants, are also washed and scrubbed in the crystal clear water of the Kaveri River. Besides, bees and birds also flourish in this region. Name some sports offered to the visiting tourists of Coorg. Since adventure sports attract the tourists, so canoeing, river rafting, rock climbing, mountain biking provide ample scope for the enthusiastic visitors to enjoy. Trekking trails expose the tourist to the bees, birds, butterflies, macaque, Malabar squirrels, langur, and the slender lories, quietly watching everything from its leafy bower. As the tourists climb up the Brahmagiri hills, they experience breathtaking view of the misty landscapes of the entire region. An added attraction for the tourist is the rope bridge to the 64 acres of island Nisarga Gandharva. Coming to the third part, which is a conversation between two friends, Ranjal and Rajveer, who is visiting Assam to witness the sprawling tea gardens and refresh his knowledge about Assam's tea industry and also the innumerable legends associated with it. Assam has the largest concentration of tea plantains. Question number 1. Describe a tea garden of Assam as viewed by Rajveer. Rajveer's first view of the tea garden as he sights tiny tree bushes against dense green, densely wooded hills. The rows of bushes were interspersed with tall, sturdy trees, which provided shade to the tea bushes. A short distance away, he saw an ugly building, spewing black smoke, where the plucked tea leaves were dried, treated, and processed. Question number 2. Give an account of the legends associated with the discovery of tea. 2 legends related to the discovery of tea are prevalent. The first one speaks of a Chinese emperor who always drank warm water, and once when his water was heated, a few leaves from a twig fell into the water, imparting it a delightful aroma, and later it was found out to be tea leaves. The second legend says that Bodhidharma, a Buddhist ascetic, had cut off his eyelashes to prevent drowsiness during meditation. It is believed that tea plants grew out from his eyelashes, and boiling it in water, stimulating tea was produced. The third question, who discovered tea as a beverage for the first time? The Chinese started drinking tea way back in 2700 BC. Thus, words like chai, chini, and believed are derived from Chinese. Thank you so much, dear students. I wish you all the best. All of you will come out in flying colors if you read the question and answers properly.
দশম শ্ৰেণীৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকল, তোমালোকৰ ইংৰাজী পাঠ্যপুথিৰ গ্লিমছেছ অৱ ইণ্ডিয়া শীৰ্ষক পাঠৰ আজি কিছু প্ৰশ্নোত্তৰ আলোচনা কৰা হ'ল। তোমালোকৰ বাবে পাঠ যুগুতাই আগবঢ়ালে দীপালী চাংকাকতীয়ে। আজিলৈ আমাৰ সময়ো হৈ আহিল। তোমালোকক পুনৰ প্ৰীতি আৰু শুভেচ্ছা জনাই আজিৰ অনুষ্ঠান ইমানতে সামৰিছোঁ।